Hello, and welcome back to Factorio PyBlock. I've been trying to sort out my inventory a bit because I just ended up full of junk. So that's where I am now. What else is going on? So our iron build is sort of running. It's not running as well as I would hope. But you know, hope is a fragile thing, isn't it? We are making steel. There you are. We are making iron. Everything is good. We still have a pocket full of copper. And our copper outpost up here, wherever that is. This, I'm assuming, is still doing stuff. Anyway, I put lots of boxes down. So we're good to go fill our boots with more copper if we need to. Now, I'm just handcrafting a bunch of science packs. And I've put the lab back down. Because the time has come to do automation. I started the process of building out another line of mushrooms off cam. And yeah, so basically decided that it had too much handcrafting and life was too short and all the usual things. So we are going to do our best to... is that 19? Yeah, so I'm down to my last science pack, I think. So we are going to try and unlock automation, and then we're going to see what wonderful things that gives us to try and offload some of the cost of handcrafting, because there are just so many intermediates for making anything that handcrafting takes a long time. So for example, to make a transport belt, the total time is 1.7 seconds. But we have to make some small parts. And the small parts require stuff. And so on and so on. So anything particularly interesting, like a science pack, has a whole chain of things that we need. Okay, I have a spore collector, which I think I can put that down while we wait for the science to happen. So I'm going to bump the time up, and we're going to do essentially not very much while the science does its thing. Thank you, autosave. I am probably going to start probably start handcrafting some stuff that might be useful. Again, while the science happens. So can I make any of these? Yeah, 2 of those, that's good. And of course they've been put down somewhere completely random. Okay, we need more arms. Okay, I have probably just used up all the iron that I needed for something else. There we are, and then we need some mushrooms to fill that. Good, so we have... yeah, this, and then I guess we need this belt to run all the way to the end here so that we can actually feed the belt. Okay, and that needs 2 arms, which we don't have the iron for. So this is the situation at the moment. We are just stuck in a sort of an iron deficit problem. So I'm burning through the copper as if it doesn't matter at the moment. Because at the moment it does not matter. What matters is boosting our mushroom production. I'd like to aim for... sorry, it's a bit noisy here. I'd like to aim for... there we go. Yeah. Okay, back to normal speed. I'd like to aim for a full belt of mushrooms. That's really what I'm trying to get to. Alright, so we have unlocked something. We have unlocked the burner assembler. That is pretty cool. So that only takes 20 units of iron to make in total. So let's make one of those. And we will have a look what we can automate. Now I actually don't know if this will allow us to automate everything we need. So we might have enough for a second machine, yeah. And I'm in 2 minds about what I should automate. One option is for us to set up something that makes all the intermediates we need. The other option is to set up something that makes science. So if we were to make science, we would need seaweed, we would need small parts and we need a planter box. Small parts seems to be something we need a lot of anyway. If I had the small parts, the seaweed and the planter box, then there would be no... I could just handcraft the science, right? Because it's quite easy to handcraft. So maybe I should work through these. So small parts. I'm going to make a second assembler because we are in the era where we make things. Okay. So small parts. Where even is that? I'm so used to things being in particular places. So small parts. Okay, so that requires copper cable, iron gear wheels, and bolts. Good lord. Okay, so copper cable. We have several other things under coal processing. Copper cable comes from copper plate, iron sticks from iron, and iron gear wheels from iron. So I need at least 3 more assemblers for this. So that's we're up to 5 assemblers already. Okay, so this would be... Whoop, don't want to use wood for that. I want to use some actual fuel. Do we have any actual fuel here? Yes, a piece of coke, that'll do. We actually get a lot of crafting for a very small amount of fuel here. So I'm just going to let this craft out actually, a whole thing of hoops. And we're going to go, I'm going to press T just to get rid of the blinking. There we go. Okay, do we have enough things to make another assembler? We do. Oh, this is starting to look like an actual plan. Okay, so we're going to have issues where all these things need... see, I don't know whether I want to use something using intermediate boxes everywhere, or if I want to do a bus. But I need another one of these, don't I, to make the bolts. Okay, and what we need some iron for that. Okay, so let's see if we can scrape together enough iron. Not quite enough, is it? Yes, there it is. Okay, so bolts, are they under... No. Are they under small parts? Bolts. Okay. So I guess one option is for them to output into a box. Do I want... Yeah, let's use proper boxes. I kind of want to have some buffer of these things, but at the same time I don't really want all my scarce iron to accidentally get turned into gears, which is what I foresee happening if we have buffer boxes. So maybe I should be hand feeding this currently, and maybe this should just be like a hand feed mole, and then you either grab things out or use arms to put them into boxes. I'm not sold on how this is going to work currently, but I do know that I can do that, and that assuming I had the iron, I could do that. The other option would be some kind of belt-fed spaghetti mess. Okay, so both of these require iron. Take that away. Anytime you're happy, take it away. Okay, so they could be fed from a single box. If I grab a blueprint of an arm, okay, so we could have something, whoops, something like that. I don't think we can filter boxes by items, so I can't tell this to make no more than 1 stack of iron cogs. And also, feeding them from a single box, if these are different crafting times, we'll tend to overproduce one rather than the other by sharing an input box. Okay. So I think I'm coming back to the idea of having a single box for inputs and outputs. And I guess I should stick them like that. Okay, I'm reinventing the bot mal, except I'm the logistics system. But I think this is how we're going to do it. All right. Then I can always have some hand-fed fuel. Do I have anything here that is fuel? Yeah, I do. All right. All right, just to get rid of the blinking. So that is the first component for science. Okay, so what is the next thing for science? Let's grab all this iron. Good. It is the planting boxes, isn't it? So to make one of these, I need seaweed, small parts, and a planter box. So how do I make the planter box? So that's ash, soil, and an empty planter box. All right, so let's put down an assembler for that. And I'm aware I'm burning loads of iron making all these assembly machines, but I'm just fed up of handcrafting. All right, so let's leave a blank because this is a different process. So to make a full planter box, yeah, I need an empty planter box. So planter box, empty planter box. This requires wood, stone, and iron. Okay. And then this is going to have some inputs. So the wood, stone, and iron is all fairly raw resources. This one additionally is ash and soil. Okay, so the soil we get from a soil extractor. We should probably set this back up, but I don't know where to set it up, so I'm not going to do that right now. All right, and what was the last thing we needed? Seaweed. Okay, so how do we make seaweed? We make seaweed by unlocking the seaweed research. Okay, and that's 20 science packs. So I think we can actually start trying to automate some of this. Okay, so it's 5 soil per thing. Okay, so let's grab all the soil for now. And I'm going to make a couple more boxes. Okay. Good, and we're going to automate this. I know it's I know it's a waste of iron. I just really want to see something automated, so I'm going to grab some arms. And we're going to... I can't make iron. No, I need loads more. Right. Yeah, so this needs soil. So I'm going to put some soil in here. Wow, this is like really weird. I'm going to put some ash in there. And then, do I need empty boxes for anything else? No, it's only an ingredient. Okay, so this does not need an output. This just needs to go straight across. It does need an input. Stone, wood, and iron. Okay, I'm going to deal with the iron last because that's going to be the thing I really don't have much of. We're going to see if we can make some... Are the logs under here? Okay. We should probably set up forestry at some point, but that's not what I want to do right now. Let's just double check we are actually crafting... Stop that. So the wood can go in the box. The stone bricks. Good. And we're going to need 20 iron, aren't we? Because each of these takes 1 iron. Yeah, we need 20 iron. I think we're getting there. Yeah. And we're going to limit it on the iron. So, sorry. That is 20. Okay, got there in the end. Yeah, that's everything. So I just need to craft 3 arms, and then that's automated. And I think... Oh, why is that not crafting? Oh, because there's no arm. Right, that would make sense, wouldn't it? All right. So this is the thing for today. We are going to do things a slow, nasty way, with lots of wandering around in circles, but we are going to get this thing automated. If it kills us, we are definitely getting it automated. Okay, so this is busy providing the ingredients. Ah, it takes 2 pieces of wood. Okay, so I need to craft some more wood. So each craft of wood produces 20 logs. That's fine, okay. So in that goes. This happens... Oh, it's bloody stupid thing. Okay. So we need to actually provide some fuel for this. And it needs an output. For that we need some iron. And how are we doing for iron? It's tempting to put all the output boxes the opposite side to the input boxes, just so that I can sweep along a row. But you know, I'm not totally sold on that idea. And is that it? We are automating planters. That is pretty amazing. Okay, so now I just need a lot more iron to automate these things. And I have no idea. I don't know the count of what I need currently. Okay, this needs iron sticks. Okay, so I'm still 1 assembling machine down on happiness. Alright, so can we move this over 1? We can. And I need more iron. It's only 20 pieces of iron, but it still takes a while to make 20 pieces of iron with the factory we have. Alright, let's see if that's got us over the line. That has got us exactly to the line. Right, why? I need 1 more iron plate. Okay, that should do it. Okay, so I'm tempted to have this fed from these 2. But I don't know how much I need gears and rods for other things. So this is going to be rods. There. Okay. And of course I have no iron, so I can't craft any of these things. Okay. There would be a box there. And we're going to craft some of these. And I'm going to put a piece of copper in there. So this is all happening. We're up to 15. When it hits 20, I'm going to be happy. We can fuel these. Good, they're fueled. Right, the other thing I can do is we have some arms here that for all practical purposes aren't being used. So I'm just going to take those. Okay, and then this is the same pattern in each place. Okay, so this is missing iron sticks. This makes me unreasonably happy. Alright, so this needs some copper hoops. It needs some bolts. And it needs some gear wheels. Whoops, I put all those into the wrong box, haven't I? Okay, so have we managed to make... We've made 20 planter boxes. Let's take those. This is just going to carry on making hoops, that's fine. So then we're missing the final machine to make the science, aren't we? Do I want to handcraft that? We're going to have a machine that makes science. Because this is the whole point? Okay. Okay, so this is going to be a science maker. So it's got the seaweed. Yep, I think I've got a box full of seaweed down here, so we're not rushing to automate that as a matter of urgency. Small parts. There we go. And let's carry on with our pretend game of automation. I probably should have crafted a box, shouldn't I? I'm going to put down a wooden box, so help me. Okay, and then these gear wheels can go in there. These go in there. So this, yeah, this really just takes iron sticks. Weird. Wow. Oh, okay. So this is a thing, isn't it? This sort of works. So how can I improve this? I think there are several ways. I think first of all I'm going to make some kind of spaghetti abomination rather than this hand-fed mess. And at the moment I am not doing anything clever with belts. We are just going to literally have things feeding into things. Okay. Right. So this could come from here. Yep. So this needed the bricks, the wood, and some iron. Okay. So there's some wood. There's some bricks, and I'll put the iron in later. Okay. This thing needed the small parts, which is this. Which I think we're going to do via an intermediate box. Okay, so we're going to take this and we're going to drop there. We're going to take this and we are going to pick up from, no, that's the wrong one. I want to drop there. That's it. And I can put that there as an intermediate. That's it. So any excess parts get buffered. Nothing here is useful for anything. So this requires ash and soil. Okay, so there's ash. There's some soil. Bit of fuel. All right, so this, the bolts are from iron sticks. So that's a nice straightforward pipeline. Okay, so can I do a similar thing here where this Yeah. All right, and then I can take this pattern and fit it in there. I can indeed. And this... Okay. Good. And then this intermediate box shuffle can go there. Right, and this just needs those. This needs iron, so I can take one of these and put it there for the iron input. Brill. So this whole chain should work now. If I put some iron in here, it should turn into rods, should turn into bolts, should end up in here. Let's try it. Okay, so I've just put 6 pieces of iron in there. This does appear to be correctly working its way all the way down to here. Yep. Okay. So this has a seaweed input that's currently not being provided. Let's take this there. No. All right, so this can be seaweed. And I can go to my stash of seaweed here. Let's leave one in there. Okay, so that's all the seaweed. Then this needs the copper cable. All right. Good. I can take this contraption again, put it there. Then I think we need an input of copper, yeah? All right, so that can come from there. And how are we doing? Let's make a couple more arms. 4 more arms. That seems like a number a bit similar to couple, doesn't it? All right, let's put some copper in there. So this is just requiring that. Okay, and again, we can feed that through there, and we can feed this here. That is a thing of beauty. So it's all box fed. It's all going to run out of fuel. But I am accruing intermediates and I'm automating science. So I think this is the beginnings of a win. This is something that I can leave to run while I'm doing other things. Yeah. Okay, so it's these parts here which are the problem at the moment because it does not have the gears. And we'll just go around whack-a-moling limits. There's clearly an opportunity to make more iron bars. And then let's have a look at our these things. Okay, so soil, wood, copper, iron. So that's all fairly basic resources without intermediates. So that's straightforward. Wow, we've done a thing. We made an automation. I'm really pleased with that. So I guess the issue is going to be making sure we don't turn all of our resources into science by accident. And the way I guess we do this is we police the seaweed. Another phrase I thought I would never say. So I'm going to manually feed it seaweed. So by feeding it exactly the seaweed needed to do a tech, I think we can, yeah. Okay, so this needs 1 seaweed per tech, isn't it? Yep, so if I feed this, for example, 20 seaweed for a 20 tech, then that will guarantee that we don't overproduce the science packs. That is pretty awesome. Yeah. All right, let's double check that I know what this is backed up on. We have a buffer of parts. We're out of we have no iron for these. Okay. So I think are these plant troughs used for anything? Planter box, sorry. So planter box, let's have a look. So the planter box is used for Automation Science Pack and for Botanic Nursery. Okay, so I think I do want to buffer these. I also want to buffer them so that I can see. It's really important with these things to be able to see what's going on. Yeah, so this gives me the information I need to be able to see. Stone bricks, I should have a ton of them down here. I didn't want to take all of them, but we can certainly put another couple of stacks in here. I just want to watch this run. It is so nice watching machines do machine things. After how long? 1 day, 5 hours, 51 minutes, we have automated something. It's obviously all hideously box fed. It will run out of things. I will forget to feed it. All the usual caveats apply. But, yeah, very nice. Okay, so we have a buffer of hoops. So I don't need to feed more copper in because I can see that we have a buffer of this intermediate. And this is how I'm going to run it. So I'm going to put in things until we have buffers. This is out of wood, because it's using wood as fuel, which is like the worst possible thing in the world. Okay. How am I going to stop that from happening? Okay, I'm going to stop that from happening by putting an unreasonably large amount of fuel in this box and hoping that we just never burn through it. Okay, so this... So, we have done Automate Science. We need to do wood and we need to expand mushrooms. Wood is not the top priority because I can always go out to an island and harvest more logs. Expanding mushrooms is a priority because it's the mushrooms that give us the iron that gives us the resources to run this contraption. Right, at the moment this is just going to craft infinitely. I am going to cap some boxes. Okay, so all our... that's going to be a problem. Okay, so these are also producing ash. Okay, so I'm just checking that there is room to put ash. When this burns down, it will produce a unit of ash. So each of these needs to have 2 stacks. And I need to seed them with a piece of ash to make sure that one of the slots is an ash slot. Yeah. Now, my temptation is now to run this game at 5 times speed and feed in resources to this thing until something buffers up. But I know that's probably a poor life choice. What I should be doing is making loads of these farms, and they just require iron, 7 iron a piece. And then I also need to be making arms, which are 9 iron a piece, give or take, but use small parts. So I can rob the small parts. Yeah, robbing the small parts is a really good plan. Okay. And then I can make an absolute ton of arms. So we are going to build our mushroom farm. And for that, I am going to speed up the game. And we are just going to get to it. So I will see you back in a few minutes, your time. In a little while for me. And by then we will have our mushroom farm grown out. Okay. We're back. So I built out another line of mushrooms. You can see it's all running. So we are starting to get somewhere. We're backed up. So I think we have... Oh, we're quite badly backed up. Okay, this is a problem I didn't think I would have. Right. Options. The first option is we can start side loading, because I've got a feeling this is actually more than one belt. So let's have a quick look with the rate calculator. Okay, so this says it's 8.96 per second, 0.59 of a transport belt. Okay, so this one is 0.448, so slightly under half. So this can go like that. And we can't make anything at all because we don't have the things to make them. Okay, but I can take a bunch of these. Now can I make belts? No, because I just need the plain plate. Okay. Brill. Okay, so we may end up with there being issues about the speed at which things can be transferred belt to belt, but we're going to figure out what the bottlenecks are and unbottleneckize them. Okay, so this appears to be running saturated. Okay, that's not a mistake. That's not a problem I thought I would have. So we have basically reached the point where we can't run any more of these machines. Whoops. All right, so let's have, whoops, sorry, I did not mean to do that. That was all a bit of a mistake. Okay, so we need to consume more mushrooms. Well, you don't have to ask me twice. Okay, so we want to take this